Mental health is basically a person's emotional, social, and psychological well-being. It helps the individual to cope with the day-to-day functioning, the stress level, in terms of managing one's relationships, and majorly one of the most important thing is the emotions. If any of these areas are affected, then definitely the individual is not able to cope with the day-to-day life.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity to come and shoot a video with you. And I'm really excited to meet an RCI registered psychologist, and also you are a counseling psychologist, and also you are a government certified career counselor. So, ma'am, would you like to give a brief introduction about your work?
Hi, Chandni. That is one of the most important thing that I'm happy that you are here at my center, wherein I am completing my 25th year this year of work experience. I've done my bachelor's and master's in counseling psychology, and followed by that, I worked in a drug de-addiction center.
Wow.
Followed by that in a private setup where I was completely into psychometric assessment and counseling. Psychometric assessment is one of my forte area. Followed by that, I actually had my own setup, which was in 2015. I started the Anubhuti Center with one of my friends, and today we are here as a small group where you've seen my team and how effectively we are working with children, adults and adolescents. I'm also working at the LTMJ, which is the Sion Hospital, as a signatory body for the Learning Disability Center for signing of certificates, and also consultants at various institutes, management institutes as a professor, a visiting faculty, to how I am actually again teaching psychometric assessment. So by now you've already gauged it that psychometric assessment is my forte and something that I really love doing.
What does mental health mean exactly? According to you, what does it mean? And what do you think? What are the causes of mental health in people?
Now, mental health is basically a person's emotional, social, and psychological well-being. It helps the individual to cope with the day-to-day functioning, the stress level, in terms of managing one's relationships, and majorly one of the most important thing is the emotions. If any of these areas are affected, then definitely the individual is not able to cope with the day-to-day life. So it's very important that our mental health is actually taken care of. What are the causes? Causes of mental health is basically a dynamic wherein you have the biological causes, the social causes, and the psychological causes, and the lifestyle which includes into it. As we say, these are like biosocial, psychological in nature, what we call it as. It's basically talking about the hereditary, which is genetic in nature. The social is the environment in terms of how the social interaction, the relationships are actually involved into. And psychological is the individual's mental, emotional, thought process, feelings. Lifestyle, as we all know, we all have different lifestyles. So these lifestyles have to be taken care of. That involves your sleeping habits, your eating habits, and your day-to-day activity.
So, ma'am, I would like to ask you next question. So, what is your area of specialization in mental health?
So, mental health is a broader area wherein we are actually taking care in two aspects. One is the psychometric part, which is the assessments that we call it, and second is the counseling and the psychotherapy involved into it.
My next question to you is, what is your process when a client approaches you for the first time?
One of the most important thing when the client approaches to us is the consultation. Consultation is something that you are actually meeting the client for the first time. So be it in terms of a parent and a child or an adult. So where we are actually asking them about what are their concerns. That is one. Secondly, if there's in case of a child, then we really look at certain documentations, which is in terms of the assessment report, or in terms of if there are any school concerns or referrals from any doctor. So that's the first step. Followed by that, then the second step is the assessment, wherein depending on what the concerns are, we identify what psychological assessment or clinical assessment is required for the client, and wherein we understand what the strengths and weaknesses and the area of concern that is there. These assessments basically help us to identify the concern areas, which leads to diagnosis, and the intervention plan.
So, ma'am, would you like to tell our view what is a psychological assessment and what does it contain? Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yes. Psychological assessment is basically evaluating the individual in terms of their emotions, their feelings, their thinking patterns. It is a more comprehensive kind of an assessment wherein we just don't do one test, but there are a group of tests that are done, which helps us to understand, as I had said, the strengths and weaknesses of the child, the abilities, in terms of the academic difficulty the child has, if there is any clinical concern, that we look at it. So it's basically a more standardized based on certain norms, and it is a test which requires involving a lot of reliability and validity. Small, or what you do it as in terms of a checklist, but it's more of a standardized assessment that we do. There are different types of assessments involved. One is the cognitive assessment, which helps us to identify the IQ. Second is the neurodevelopmental assessment, which is normally done for younger children, wherein, for example, if you want to do evaluations for autism or ADHD or any other neurodisability. Third is the assessment which involves the learning disability or the learning concerns, which involves my reading, my writing, my math area. Then we have something what is known as social and emotional assessment, which is talking about when kids have a lot of behavioral issues, they are actually shouting or they are not listening to parents. Nowadays, they are very stubborn. So we do have a lot of emotional assessment tests, which helps us to understand that why kids are behaving or why the adult is behaving in a certain manner. Followed by that, as we are talking about mental health, so we have a lot of assessments nowadays coming up for clinical assessment, that is diagnosis, which is related to depression, anxiety, and lastly, it is more of career assessment, wherein we have students coming from 8th standard onwards, or we also have adults coming in because they want midlife career change.
So, if you like my video,
like, share, and comment,
and subscribe to Am I Okay?